welcome to another episode of On the Block with Jen. It is good to see you. I'm usually not on Sundays. I'm usually not, okay? You know, it's easy breezy, easy like Sunday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are in the world, okay? Today's gonna be spicy. Some feelings are gonna be hurt, right? The word fat has become as derogatory as, you know what I mean, racial insults. Okay, I don't even know if the word fat is politically correct anymore. I don't know. We'll find out tonight. Someone will inform me in the chat. We will find out. It's going to be an easy stream. I'm not going to keep y'all long. I'm not going to pass an hour today because I got to finish the rest of my dinner. I have to finish cooking the rest of my dinner. Okay, but I wanted to jump on this because what I thought, you know what I mean, was a mere couple throwaway statements and some jokes by a comedian, Aries Spears, specifically, has gone viral. It's gone viral. Why? Because he was talking about weight, right? And we can no longer talk about what people look like, especially weight, right? Can't talk about their weight, how much they weigh. But we're going to talk about it tonight because, you know, I don't give a damn. And you guys hold me down in the chat with the wrenches, get rid of the ratchets. I'm glad to see you here. Don't forget, I'm on the block with Jen on all social media platforms. If this is your first time here, hola, welcome. Okay, you guys already know the rules. I don't mind you going off in the chat. Don't attack the ladies, okay? I know YouTube runs rampant with men attacking women all over the place. I don't allow it here. And you guys will be okay if you can't do it here because you could do it everywhere else, but you can't do it here, okay? You guys want to argue with each other till you blue in the face, the men versus men, great. I don't mind the yelling, screaming, all capital letters, exclamation points, okay? The guys can handle each other. Just don't project that on the ladies. I don't like it, okay? Also, if you get blocked by someone in my chat who has a wrench, I don't care. Just FYI, I'm not going to go on my block list and get you out, okay? So behave. Let's enjoy. I want you to be here. I want you to disagree vehemently. But you know, just don't get out of pocket so you're able to be here and enjoy it and maintain and opine and protest and contradict, right? But the only way you're going to be able to do that if you have access to my channel. And I want you to have access to my channel, okay? So let's jump into this. All right. You know, we were all minding our little business, and then Aries Spears spoke about Lizzo on an interview. He was prompted. Okay. I'm gonna give you the full information, right? Because you know things online are like pásalo, pásalo, pásalo. That game past the potato or the information. You sit in a circle. One person says something. By the time it goes around the circle to the 10th person is saying something completely different from the original statement, okay? So we're going to go verbatim with Aries Spears. We'll give you some background on it. Aries Spears, the comedian, was at an interview. The interviewer asked him about Lizzo. Aries Spears was not online bashing Lizzo. He was prompted. He was asked. And the man gave his opinion. And now all hell is breaking loose on the internet. Lizzo's fans are bashing Aries Spears. Aries Spears fans are clapping back. And it's all about the fat. It's all about people being fat. That is why I asked the question in my caption, is Aries Spears right and wrong about Lizzo? Is he right and wrong? And I'm going to dissect. As you guys know, I always have visuals for you, right? The statement that is sticking out when the interviewer asked Aries Spears about Lizzo was, he said, he can't get past Lizzo looking like the shit emoji. Yeah. So right out the gate, let me show you a picture of Lizzo. And the question I'm still asking is Aries Spears right and wrong about Lizzo? Now, mind you, it was all tongue-in-cheek, according to him. He's a comedian. It was just a joke. He compared Lizzo to the shit emoji. What do you guys think? Does Lizzo look like the shit emoji? That is what Aries Spears said. Lizzo looked like the shit emoji, and he can't get past that. There goes Lizzo butt naked, as she often is online. So is Aries Spears right and wrong? Was it just a joke? Does she look like the shit emoji? Do people, whether or not they're fat, have a right to have a preference? Because we all know Aries Spears is overweight himself. But do you think being overweight means you can't have a preference? He's obviously a fat man. Okay, a blind person can see he's a fat man. But do fat men, right, are they allowed to have a preference? Or if you're fat, you gotta like fat women. Vice versa. If a woman is fat, does she have a right to say, I want a guy with a six-pack? Well, it depends on who you ask. Because, you know, in the YouTube verse, right, you're not allowed to have preferences. It don't matter how fly you are, how much money you got, how good you look, whether you're fat, tall, skinny, short, or long. In the YouTube verse, they forbid you to have preferences. You are allowed no preferences. You know, I spoke about that before. You're not allowed preferences on YouTube, right? Doesn't matter what you look like. Now, one would say Aries Spears is busted. He's not attractive. He's fat himself. He doesn't have a right to talk about Lizzo. But then we've seen that happen to attractive people. They aren't allowed to have preferences either. No one's allowed to have a preference anymore. So do you think that Aries Spears being fat makes his opinion on women null and void? Or do you think even if you're fat, you should be allowed a preference of what you want to look at and what you don't want to look at? What you deem attractive and what you deem unattractive? Or does Aries Spears lose all his rights because he too is a fat man? Does he get to say a little more because he's a comedian? Because as you guys know, they're trying to shut down the comedians too. Comedians can no longer have jokes. If you are a comedian, you can't do comedy. They want you to stand on stage and talk about the weather. Was he just being a comedian doing what comedians do? Are we too damn sensitive? Does Lizzo look like the shit emoji? Even as a joke. Does she look like the shit emoji? Was it funny? Was it not funny? What do you think? So just so you guys know, because you know I loathe misquoting people. I don't like the pásalo, pásalo, pásalo. I don't like what people think he said or how he said it. I got the video for you of exactly what he said. It's a very short video. It's a minute and change. But whoever hasn't seen it in its entirety, I'm going to play it for you. And then you tell me, did it merit a social media war? Right? And I'll get back with more of my opinion. And I'm going to open up the panel early so y'all can come up. Say what y'all got to say. Say it with your chest. So I'm going to play the video for you guys. Aries Spears, this is what he said about Lizzo. And if you listen to the beginning, he was asked for his opinion. Okay? But if you go on the internet, they'll have you thinking that Aries Spears went on a fucking tour talking about Lizzo, right? Let's see.
Somebody that actually make good music, man, Lizzo.
Lizzo?
Yeah, bro. Have you heard her shit, yo? Like, as a songwriter, yo.
I can't get past the fact that she looks like the shit emoji. She's got a very pretty face, but she keeps showing her body off, nigga. Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. I'm sorry. Listen, I ain't the most in shape nigga in the world, but I still, you know, when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome, you get pussy. But a woman that's built like a plate of mashed potatoes is in trouble. You know what kills me about women is the hypocrisy and the contradiction. Yes, queen, slay, queen. Yes, queen, slay. Yeah, girl, your confidence. Fuck diabetes. Fuck heart problems. Fuck heart disease, cholesterol. Y'all claim womanhood and about sisterhood and support for your sister. You know, when it come to that ridiculous shit, But if you really gave a fuck, why wouldn't you go, black girl, we love you. We love your confidence, boo-boo. But this ain't it. This ain't it. That's the real love. Y'all will jump on me for making jokes, but y'all won't fucking be real and go, sister, put the eclair down. This ain't it. It's treadmill time.
Is Aries Spears right and wrong about Lizzo? Because I have called out the hypocrisy as well. Here's what I believe, okay? And I'm not on anybody's side here. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not an overweight person. I'm not dying on an Aries Spears hill or Lizzo hill. This is how I feel about it. In general, do fat women want special treatment online? I spoke about this before. My short answer is yes. I feel like fat women want special treatment online. What do I mean by fat women want special treatment online? As you know, social media, the YouTubeverse is the wild, wild fucking West. There are no laws here. There are no rules here. I've seen people post their deformed children online. Like, oh, look, here's my deformed child. Everybody love on this child. And I've seen people say horrible things in the comments. It is the wild, wild West. There are no fucking rules. I've seen beautiful women post pictures. They get bashed. I've seen skinny women post pictures. Eat a burger. You too skinny. A man don't want no skin and bones. Only a dog like a bone. Oh, look, you look hungry, right? That's what happens when skinny women post pictures online. But when fat women post pictures online, if all the comments are not praising them, then you're fat phobic. That's actually a term. You are fat phobic. I don't know how someone would be afraid of fat, but apparently you are fat phobic. Or you're body policing. You are policing bodies. Don't police bodies, right? Or you have unsolicited opinions. Last I checked, social media is public. It is not your living room. It is not your bathroom mirror. It is not the kitchen. Social media is public. So do fat women want special treatment online? I say yes. So let me show you this woman here. Well, no saint, okay. I stand corrected. No saint said he is afraid of getting fat. So he's fat phobic. Blood moon as well. I'm afraid of fat. I hate it. Okay. Indeed, Code Red. Code Red says, people bash Jen for being fit, as they do. They absolutely do. They don't like my six-pack. They say I'm masculine. They say I'm too small. See, it's a free-for-all here. But I think that fat women want special treatment. They want praise despite what they look like, or there is hell to pay and you will be tagged fat phobic and policing bodies and body shaming and fat shaming. Never once have I heard a skinny woman say you're skinny shaming because it's deemed appropriate or not a big deal if someone skinny gets bashed. Is there hypocrisy here? We're going to go a little further, okay? I'm going to show you something. So this woman here, I find her quite interesting. She is an influencer. You know, anybody with a social media account is now called an influencer. She's an influencer. She posts her body with abandon, and according to her, no shame, because she wants to inspire women. This is the Stella Williams. The Stella Williams. in a white bikini. This was a video reel. And she was saying that she never thought she could do a white bikini. But honey, she is doing a white bikini now. And it's a reel. So it's a moving video. I just have a still. That's the Stella Williams. Now, of course, going back to what Aries Spears said, yes, sis, yes, right? There's a lot of that in these Stella Williams comments. A lot of it. You look amazing. You look so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so confident. You're so beautiful. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're so confident. You inspire me. You're amazing. Oh my God, I've never seen a body so beautiful. Right? That's what's most in her comments, right? Now, of course, there's some people that are in the comments like, y'all are lying. This is not healthy. She's not attractive. So what these Stella Williams does is she takes those comments and then she writes dissertations about why she's putting her body out there, why her body's beautiful, and how people are fat phobic and how people are body shaming her. It's not right. She has every right, just like every other woman, to post her pictures and get praise. Damn it. This section here she calls an apple. I didn't know it was called an apple. I grew up thinking it was called the spare tire. That's the generation I grew up in, the spare tire generation. But apparently, it is now called an apple. Okay? This section here is called an apple. I did not know. I'm learning every day. So she writes dissertations in her captions. Don't body police me. Stop being fat phobic. Don't shame me. I never thought I'd see the day where our eyes no longer had rights. Our eyes now no longer have rights. We cannot say what we don't like when someone puts it out in public. Now, don't get me wrong. If this woman was trying these items on in her home and some paparazzi had a zoom lens and peeked into her blinds and got those pictures and posted them all over the internet and everybody went ham, I see her argument. I really, really do. I promise I see her argument. But this woman goes online and posts these pictures with abandon. This is me. This is my apple. And we can wear this shit. Fine. That's great. I applaud her. I think it's wonderful. You only get one life. Regardless of what you look like aesthetically, you get one fucking life. YOLO. Do you wear what you want, say what you want, do what you want, date who you want, fuck who you want, love who you want, eat what you want. You got one life. So go ahead, Stella. My issue with Stella is that she thinks everybody's supposed to like it. Same with Lizzo. Everybody's supposed to like it or else, right? So do fat women want special treatment online? Was Aries Spears right and wrong? Was he wrong because he's also fat? Was he right because Lizzo does kind of look like the shit emoji when she's naked? Was he right and wrong? Do people that we deem unattractive have a right to a preference? Or is that preference null and void? Right? And listen, he had a point. There's a lot of yeses, yes, right? And I compare it to a homeless person cheering on a homeless person for being homeless. You know, y'all both fucked, right? How are y'all making this a good thing? And I know. People gonna be in the comments. Oh, but Jen, just because you fat don't mean you're not healthy. Oh, but Jen, just because you fat don't mean that you sick. Oh, but Jen, just because you fat, don't mean you're not gonna live a long life. I interviewed a personal trainer up here before about Lizzo specifically a while back. It's on my channel if you scroll way back. I'll probably have him back here. And he asked me a question one time. Because I asked the same question, like, is it really unhealthy? There's a lot of fat people running around that are doing just fine. They could run up a flight of stairs. And he said to me, okay, Jen, how many people over the age of, I think he said 60. He said, Jen, how many people over the age of 60 do you know that are obese and alive? And I was like, play Jeopardy music. I couldn't think of one. And then he asked me, how many people do you know have died who were overweight and obese? And I was like, fuck. There's this one and that one, and my friend on Instagram, my friend on Facebook, and my aunt's boyfriend, and right? But I know it's going to be all in my comments. Just because people are fat doesn't mean they're not healthy. Fair enough. But I say if you're not fat, you're even healthier. Okay, can we meet in the middle? Let's meet in the middle. Right? Because people are like, just because you're fat don't mean you're not healthy. Okay, let's meet in the middle. If you're not fat, you're even more healthy. How about that? Can we meet there? Is Aries Spears right and wrong? Or is he all the way right? Or is he all the way wrong? Bear in mind, he's a comedian. And one thing I know about comedians is everything, even normal conversation. A lot of these guys cope with comedy. A lot of comics cope with comedy. So it's very rare you're going to sit, and I've sat across many. Okay? A lot of my friends are comics. Very rare you're going to sit across a comic and he's not or she's not going to make the slightest thing a joke. That is their life. They're in constant thinking, jokes. How can I make this funny? How can I make this funny? This wasn't funny. I'm of the belief if something bad happens to you and you can't laugh at it yet, you're not over it yet. That's what comics do. Whether you think Aries Spears is funny, slap your knee, side-splitting funny, he's a comedian at the end of the day. In his head, he's a comedian. It doesn't matter whether we like his comedy or not. In his head, he's a comedian. I'm sorry. The shit emoji shit was funny. It was a little, come on. It was a little funny when I saw that picture. So Lizzo is one to bear herself constantly on social media, claiming the confidence, the strength of an overweight woman. And then we've seen a week later when people are going at her in the comments, she get the crying. She get the crying because the comments were too much. And that's why I say, do fat women want special treatment online? Do you want to show up however and get accepted and loved? There's a sprinkle of narcissism in there. No matter how I present myself to the world, you guys better love me or else. Do they want special treatment online? We've seen what the skinny models get in the comments. Eat a burger. You too skinny. Nobody like a bone but a dog, right? Monique, her entire career was built on skinny bitches and what the skinny bitches was doing, what the skinny bitches was not going to do. And look at the skinny bitch next to her and slap the skinny bitch and skinny bitch. But now we see Monique sweating gravy on her Instagram trying to do what? Be a skinny bitch. But it was all ha ha ha, kiki, when it was about skinny women. Now that the tables have turned, you're fat phobic, you're body policing, you're fat shaming. So this is a great subject. Let's put it all out there now. Should no women be shamed? Or just the fat ones? And let me say this, for this woman specifically, because she got a lot of comments. Okay, this woman here, the Stella Williams, she got a lot of comments. She's very popular online. The ladies love her. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I think there is this weird thing that goes on with women that Aries Spears spoke about. Okay? I think there is this weird thing of, oh my God, I don't want to look like that. That should look terrible if you really ask me, but I'm going to praise you online. But glad that shit ain't me, girl. There's this weird thing that goes on now where everything has to be accepted no matter what. I've seen the craziest shit on YouTube and Instagram. People that are deformed, people that are overweight, people, it's just weird shit is going on. And then you read the comments and yes, sis. So should women be more supportive? If someone really loves you, they look out for you, right? That's what they say about this love shit. If someone really loves you, they're going to look out for you. They're going to tell you the fucking truth. They're not going to lie to you. They're not going to blow smoke up your ass. But it's gotten to the point where we can't even care about people anymore because it's going to be fat shaming. If you saw somebody you loved eating themselves to death, are you not going to say anything because it's fat shaming? You don't want to be fat phobic. You don't want to police anybody's body. Like the exaggerations and the terms that are coming out of social media are laughable. It's more even comedic than what the hell Aries Spears said. Really? Yes, sis. Yeah, you look amazing. The comments. You look amazing. And let me tell you this. Because people going to say, well, you know, everybody's beautiful. Everybody, everything is beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. You're Jabba the Hutt. Oh, my God. Jabba the Hutt was so fine. Oh, Jabba the Hutt was fine. He just gave me the willy-nillys when I saw Jabba the Hutt. That's what we've come to now. That's what we've come to now. Oh, you said, oh, Jabba the Hutt was fine, girl. You just wasn't looking in the right angles, honey. Jabba the Hutt was, it's fat boy season. Oh, the Toxic Avenger. Oh, he fat. Oh, toxic. Oh, yes. Pour that toxicity on me, honey. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Honey. That's where we've come to. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is going on? What is this? What is this? And let me tell you something. Before people get into but beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Let me tell you something. On planet Earth, looks matter. Aesthetics matter. And I'm not talking about American aesthetics. I'm not talking about European aesthetics. I'm not talking about ethnic aesthetics. I'm talking looks matter. I don't care if you are part of a tribe. Listen to this. This is going to blow your mind. I don't care if you are part of a tribe in Africa where what's attractive there is that big fucking plate they put in your bottom lip. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. There is a tribe in Africa where the way the fucking plate is placed in your fucking bottom lip and how big the plate is considered attractive. So in that tribe, if your plate isn't sitting right, and if your plate ain't the right size, then the people that are in the plates have every fucking right to say, I don't like how you look. Your plate is off. That's life. That is life. Like, Dan, she would have been cool if her plate was right. I don't like her plate. That is life. In every tribe, in every group, in every demographic, there are bodies and faces that are more attractive than others. That is life. And for some reason, that no longer matters. Our eyes don't have rights. Our ears don't have rights. Our mouth, nothing. That's it. Everybody wrap yourself in bubble wrap and just sit there and rot away and die. You can't opine. You can't think. You can't prefer. Universe forbid you have a preference. What? Blasphemy. Blasphemy. A preference. Do fat women want special treatment online? And let me tell you something. This is how innocent. This is how innocent our eyes are, right? This woman here, This woman here. This woman here. Disproportionate, looking at her, right? Looked like she may have been big and got small, or small and got big. I don't know, like Cat Williams said, right? You do not have to be fat phobic, body policing, or whatever to consider that unsightly. Like, damn, that shit's off. A child, a toddler, they're the most innocent thing in the world. Little babies, little toddlers. A toddler would point at her and say, Mommy, what happened to her? A toddler. Mommy, Mommy, what happened on stomach? A toddler would say that. A toddler that hasn't been influenced or damaged by anything. A toddler that's just innocent and used to a certain thing is going to find this woman strange. Is that toddler body policing and body shaming and fat phobic? There was an experiment done with babies. Look it up. I don't have that footage for you. Where they put babies, couldn't even sit up by themselves, put faces in front of babies. And some of the faces made those babies cringe. Babies cringe when you take them to your grandparents. If your grandparents are too wrinkled, babies are like, but now they're trying to mind fuck us. Okay. Now they're trying to eye fuck us too. Because now we have to say, this is amazing. This is beautiful. Oh my God. Now it's like we're being forced to do that. Or we are being shamed because we have an opinion. Aries Spears is also an unsightly individual. Not attractive. I will say that. When he gave us the, I know I'm big, I'm fat, but at least I got swag and I'm handsome. No, sir. No, sir, you are not. Not here. Maybe in another country or another tribe where big, portly, fat men are a thing. Because I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure there's a fetish. If you have a fetish, it's out there. Big girls, big dudes, little guys. I'm sure there's a fetish. But here, aesthetically, Aries Spears is not attractive. He got the raccoon eyes. Look like something wrong with his liver. He's very overweight. I'm just keeping it 100. Let's just keep it 100. Now, I saw a picture of him when he was very young, very attractive when he was young. Very attractive. Now, not so much, right? So he tried to give you the, I'm big, but, at least I'm handsome and I got swag. I don't think Aries Spears got swag. And I don't think he's handsome. If Aries Spears got swag and he's handsome, then what the fuck is Idris Elba? What the fuck is Jason Momoa? What the fuck is a Maxwell? What the fuck? If he's the bar for handsome and swag, then what are the other guys? Superhuman? So no, sir, you yourself are not handsome or swag. I know he threw on the Yankee fitted. He's like, let me throw on the Yankee fitted for this. No, the Yankee fitted wasn't helping either. The Yankee fitted is not a fucking miracle cap. All right? I know guys think they throw on a cap and it's a makeover. It is not. Sir. But how much bullshit are we going to let people blow up our ass? How? I'm going to look through the comments in a minute, darlings. I ask another question. Is our society fat phobic, body policing, and too opinionated? Do you think that social media gave everybody a mic? Do you think we are fat phobic? Do you think we're policing bodies by having an opinion on shit we don't like to look at? Are fat people delusional? Are fat people delusional? How? Are they under some sort of delusion that no matter what they look like, because they got 100 people in the comments saying, you're amazing. You're so beautiful, girl. Yes, sis, yes. Are they delusional? Are people blowing smoke up their ass to the point where when someone says the opposite of them, they get to stamp them fat phobic, body policing? Are fat people delusional? Am I missing something? It's unsightly to me, but am I missing something? Should I be looking elsewhere? Are their ankles attractive? Their elbows? What am I missing? Are people full of shit when they like, yeah, sis, yeah? Are they full of shit? Because I'm telling you, if you go to that woman's page, these Stella Williams, her comments, you could scroll up for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Nothing but women saying, yeah, you look amazing. You beautiful. Go ahead, girl. You so confident. Yes. When did it turn around? When did the people that were not attractive, that are unsightly, in my opinion, and I don't know what you guys opine. This is on the block with Jen. We on the stoop right now. I'm on the stoop right now with you. Wearing my Timberlands and my cat. We just shooting the shit here. Okay? My opinion doesn't mean that it's yours. But when did the unsightly people become the people that set the bar? Because remember, they're always saying that it's society, it's society, it's society, it's society. So it seems like a new society has been formed. The same kind of system that they don't like. Remember, because that society they talking about, oh, they're fat phobic and body shaming and policing our bodies. So it's not just, hey, I'm big, I'm fat, I got flab hanging. This is me. Take it or leave it, guys. This is what I look like. And I'm going to put it out there. You could change the channel. You can unfriend me. But I'm going to show you all my fat and flab. It doesn't end there. That's the issue I have with it. It doesn't end there. It goes into, you better like this or you're going to be body shaming. If I don't get it, I'm an amazing and I'm beautiful, then you're fat shaming because you should accept me as I am. What the fuck? Excuse me? Excuse me. Do fat women want special treatment online? Welcome everybody into the room. I see new people watching. I'm gonna play this video one more time. It's only a minute for everybody who just walked in. And as I play the video, I'll scan the comments and let me drop the link right now so you guys could come up. I told you guys this isn't gonna be a long one tonight. I gotta get to finishing cooking the rest of my dinner. But I just wanted to jump on this because I saw it grew a big old fat pair of legs and it's running down the social media street. So I'll drop the link real quick. But this is crazy. Well, this sums it up. Thank you, Rochelle. She said, fat women are delusional, whereas ugly men are also delusional. I can vouch for both. That is the truth. I've experienced it. So let me drop the link real quick and let me play this video just one more again. I see people coming in, so I'll bring my guys up while I play this. Thank you for coming up so soon too, because Mama does not want to be here all night. So I'll play this as I bring the gentleman up. This is going to get spicy.
Somebody that actually made good music, man, Lizzo.
Lizzo?
Yeah, bro. Have you heard her shit, yo? Like, as a songwriter, yo.
I can't get past the fact that She looks like the shit emoji. She's got a very pretty face, but she keeps showing her body off, nigga. Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. I'm sorry. Listen, I ain't the most in shape nigga in the world, but I still, you know, when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome, you get pussy. But a woman that's built like a plate of mashed potatoes is in trouble. You know what kills me about women is the hypocrisy and the contradiction. Yes, queen, slay, queen. Yes, queen, slay. Yeah, girl, your confidence. Fuck diabetes. Fuck heart problems. Fuck heart disease, cholesterol. Y'all all claim womanhood and about sisterhood and support for your sister, you know, when it come to that ridiculous shit. But if you really gave a fuck, why wouldn't you go, black girl, we love you. We love your confidence, boo-boo. But this ain't it. This ain't it. That's the real love. Y'all will jump on me for making jokes, but y'all won't fucking be real and go, sister, put the eclair down. This ain't it. It's treadmill time.
This ain't it. It's treadmill time, according to Aries Spears. I haven't seen a super chat yet, and I'm getting depressed. I'm literally getting depressed. Can I get a super chat? Thank you. Support the channel, coño. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Good night.
I don't know how much of my monologue you heard. Thank you, Code Red. Damn it. Thank you for the super chat. Code Red says, I love you. And what are you cooking? I am making brown sugar and honey barbecue ribs, 3 cheese macaroni and cheese.
Who you got coming over?
Excuse me?
Okay.
I gotta keep my weight on now. I like eating heavy. People think I eat like a bird. I'm not the salad girl. I just look like the salad girl.
Okay.
I am not the salad girl, but I throws down on the weekend now. Don't sleep on this skinny girl. Okay. Gentlemen, I'm glad to see y'all here. Here come Glenn Lawrence.
Oh boy.
Glenn Lawrence has a hat that says "No fat chicks." I'm surprised he's not wearing it.
Hey, Glenn, try not to get his flag, bro.
I already made the comment that I'm gonna get canceled like Andrew Tate today. So
let's nobody get canceled today. Just Allah is hiding in the sheets.
all right, I'm gonna start it off. I'm just gonna set fire. I'm being an arson, and I'm just gonna burn this bitch down. Okay, real quick.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, this is what it is. If you are fat, you are fat by fucking choice. Okay, in the day and age that we live in, you are fat by a fucking choice. And Jen, I'm saying that I'm gonna share the screen. Okay, so allow me to share the screen.
Okay, go ahead. Tristan, thank you for the super chat. 304 whole season. Share that screen. Let's get into this.
Let's see, where is it at? Where is that?
I cannot believe that this blew up like this. I cannot believe it. Everybody wants a piece. Even Mike Epps. Mike Epps made a comment. He was like, yeah, he hasn't been funny since, or he hasn't been on TV since Mad TV.
I think it's like why Glenn's getting that up. Let me just say something. I think what it is just the fact that the messenger kind of got it kind of diluted the message. I guess what it is because he's for a while had a limited degree of status and a little bit of money. So he's had access to what people would consider attractive women. So he's kind of delusional on where he is actually in the realm of attractiveness. So I think that's where they're coming from. It's like, dude, you're kind of disingenuous argument because you are just like, you are not the guy to be saying that. And the funny thing, the comment wasn't necessarily about her weight, it was about her music. So he didn't have to say that. No, I get it, but I rock with comedians. Like you said, like Patrice O'Neal said it best. He's like, comedians have the right to try to make anything funny. That's kind of what their job is try to make anything funny, even no matter how controversial, how unpopular, they have a right it's their duty to try to make things funny. But I think where it come from is like he just came out of nowhere saying it's not like Lizzo tried to holler at him and he was like, nah, you too fat. I'm cool off that or whatever. They said, are you rock with her music? And then he had to take it to where he was like, I can't listen to somebody's music because they fat. I'm like, you don't listen to Barry White? I mean, you don't listen to, I mean.
Well, he said, I can't get past. She looked like the shit emoji.
So he can't listen to her music because of the way she looked.
Maybe he connects the music to the aesthetic, and the whole thing was in a bowl.
I don't know. That's a little. Actually, that's like saying I can't laugh at your joke because you're a fat crackhead.
All right, here we
if
go.
It's funny. It's funny.
We're ready to go because I'm out.
Yeah, we are ready to go.
All right, this is me. That's me.
Show and tell.
That's me. You see that picture? No, hold on. I need to slow it down. Slow it down. That's me, right there. Hold on. Right there. 285 pounds. Fat as fuck. Okay? Fat as fuck. Continuing. I changed. I made changes. You could do it. It's not impossible. You just have to get off your fat ass and fucking be dedicated to do something about it. Eating bonbons and eating ho-hos ain't going to get you into the...
Looks like you might want to spend some money getting a new phone.
We lost you, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, that's an Obama phone, 5G. Connects nights and weekends.
It doesn't work like that. It does not work that way. I'm back. So being fat is a choice today in America. All right? You don't have to be fat if you don't want to. Okay? There is fucking free videos on YouTube on how to cook healthy meals. There's free workout programs on YouTube that you could get, exercises for either home gym stuff or in the gym stuff. I mean, shit, you got gyms that are $10 a month. Okay, that's less than a fucking Starbucks drink. A large Starbucks drink.
This body positivity is a marketing campaign to try to access some additional revenue. It's some marketers got together and said there's a big untapped market with people that are overweight that we need to sell products. Because you've seen as soon as they start you get the Dove commercials and you get the other kind of like Fruit of the Loom commercials, everybody trying to sell something. You get the new magazines celebrating bigger women and stuff like that. It's a marketing ploy to try to get somebody some money. That's what I think it is. I think people are buying into that bullshit because, like I said, the message is solid. Like, there's how hypocritical this shit is. There's big women who don't even like big men. They'll be like, oh, you never see like those Lizzos and the big women. Ooh, girls, celebrate your curves, trying to hollering at like a bigger dude. It's always the Channing Tatums or the Michael B. Jordans that they want to holler at. And they get mad when those people don't reject them.
The thing is, I didn't look like the way I look now. I didn't look like the way I look now.
Hold on. Super chat break. Thank you, NYA show. The show tonight. Appreciate the follow on the gram. Absolutely. Just because we're pressed for time, I want the other gentleman to speak, Glenn. Big Truck, what you got?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I will say this before I say anything about her. The body positivity thing that they started was mostly built around suicides. Because if you remember, the majority, first of all, it went both ways. It didn't matter if you were fat or it didn't matter if you were skinny. You had a whole lot of these girls who were getting so ridiculously unhealthy because they were starving themselves that they were literally walking skeletons on the one end. And then on the other extreme end, you have the other girls who were, morbidly obese. But the other issue then came not only them starving themselves literally to death or eating themselves to death, but then came suicides. So I understand why they have the body positivity movement. Now, when you're a public figure, like Lizzo is, versus especially when you're up against a comedian, what he said, he didn't have to say, he wasn't doing a stand-up. I mean, he didn't have to say it, but he felt like saying it, and that's his right. So now the free market gets to judge him on the jokes. A lot of people are going to agree with it. A lot of people are going to obviously disagree with it. And then there's some people who are going to get on the, or they just have whatever their criticism is, just like we're doing now. So we're just sounding off on it. Now, I don't disagree with him per se, because from what I've heard, she's, I personally think women who are overweight are delusional. Men aren't. Men are told their entire life what's wrong with them up front. Nobody senses anything they say. If you're a fat man, they're calling you a fat ass. The only time you get that out of women versus women is if those women are fighting each other. And then they'll bring anything out and they'll say anything, which is part of the reason why that body positivity thing came out, because you had these girls who get bullied online until they literally kill themselves. So men, I think, are a little bit more understanding of the situation. It's like if they're fat, they're either going to do something about it or not. But chances are they're more stable with their image, where they're not going to try to off themselves because of their image. I think the thing that really hurts men more is their sexuality. Like when you get gay men outed, those are the ones that kill themselves. But I don't think heavy men or skinny men, those guys are going to go and do something about it. They'll either go to the gym or they're going to, take up a diet routine or something. But I'm really shocked that Lizzo is still this big after all this time, because even women like Star Jones and other big women who've been in the media have usually put some of those millions of dollars to do something about it, even if they hire a chef or if they get on a routine. So that's just how I feel about it.
I'm gonna throw it to No Saint really quickly, but I wanted to add to that. I do notice that the big women, a la Oprah, who I love, Tyra Banks, even, when they're big, they're on, like Damien said, this body positivity, and they're selling the fat Dove and the fat Hanes for women and but then they always end up wanting to lose weight, and then they abandon that whole demographic. If you notice, Tyra Banks did it, Oprah Winfrey did it, a lot of them do it, even Jennifer Hudson. When they're big girls, they're like, yay, big girls, let's sell this fat Dove for fat women. Then they always lose the weight. So Big Truck, I do agree. I'm surprised that Lizzo is still this big to this day. Sydney Hughes is having an issue in the chat. She's saying, y'all realize that all fat people aren't fat because they overeat, right? Like, y'all literally can't be this dense. She's also, again, she doubled down. Y'all cannot be serious right now. The majority of people, let's get it straight. Yeah, there are people who have gland problems, but the majority of people in this country are obese because they want to be. Let's just be clear. Because they want to be. Let's blow smoke up everybody's ass today, okay? No smoke today, just for today. But the majority of people in this country are obese by choice. Now, every now and then, I'm sure you'll get a patient come in, the glands and the the generational brain. I had an accident, so my back is fucked up. So I sat around for 3 years eating. Like, yeah, that happens. But the majority, is this not the fattest country in the world? Is America not the fattest in the world?
70% of American adults are all fat. 70% are obese. 70 fucking percent.
There's an echo. Who am I about to kick through the uprights? Okay. All right, so I want to throw it to No Saint. Let me read this super chat really quickly. Thank you for the super chat. Code Red says, Jen, the leading cause of death in America is associated with bad health. Gun violence isn't in the top 20. Jesus. Isis says something interesting. She's big because she's supposed to be the poster girl for big women. That's part of her image. Okay, I agree with that. Someone gave us an update. Lizzo is performing right now on the MTV VMAs. That's actually why I was trying to rush y'all, because I wanted to catch the VMAs, but it's all good. No Saint, what say you?
Hey, Jen. First of all, thanks for the topics. I'm telling you, every time I come in here thinking I'm not going to be able to comment, and then I'm like, oh, I can comment on some of this stuff. So you're doing a great show here.
Thank you.
I want to bring up, the United States is right now the fattest country in the world, but the rest of the world is starting to catch up. Why? Fast food, lots of sugar, lack of exercise. We're leading a more sedentary life. And as far as the person in the comment, there are people that have, like, not everybody's the same, right? Some people can eat all they want and stay thin. Some people can barely eat and gain weight. We all get that. But there is some control some self-control or some things you can do to mitigate that. Now, something you said earlier, it's such a fact. So you were saying, listen, this lady that got commented on, that post her pictures on Instagram, you know, she's got a lane. I mean, she's got a lane. Like you said, there's people that like fetishes, but as you said earlier, there have been tests that show that beauty is kind of a universal thing. With the baby test you're talking about, like the baby's new, the more like the more attractive aesthetics, right? And really, you talked about the plate, but in general, beauty is universal. Like, doesn't matter what country you're from, what ethnicity, there is a certain style that majority biologically people like. And there's a reason why people don't like women that look like her. It's because it's a biological thing. It's like, hey, this is not a good person to have a baby with. It's got health. It's going to, I'm just saying, being honest. So, but when you put your picture on something like that, listen, there's supermodels that will post pictures and have negative comments. So if you think you're going to put your picture on there and not get a bunch of people commenting looking like the way she looked, then you're delusional. You have to know when you put your pictures on there, you're going to get people come at you. That's just the internet.
Haran, what say you? I'd like to read this comment. There's someone who was skinny and blew up. Space Perp Barney says, I grew up very skinny, fragile, and told every day of my life I was weak or whatever. I changed for my own health and feel better than ever putting on muscle mass years ago. If you want it, you're going to get it. Thank you, Afro Universe, for the super chat. Haran, what say you?
I mean, this is all bullshit. I mean, so let's just all be honest. I mean, we're all shallow as fuck. Okay, we all are shallow as fuck. We're very inclusive outside of the bedroom. Okay, we're very, what I mean, we make excuses outside of the bedroom and so on and so forth. However, when it's time to date, or when it's time to have our fantasies, and when it's time to get into what we want to get into, we're very clear as to what we're going to accept. And this goes for the people waving the fat flag too, including fat people. I mean, what's her name? Lizzo. From my understanding is that she had a huge crush on Chris Evans. I mean, why didn't she have a huge crush on Aries Spears? You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep it 100 here. I mean, there's and this is the problem when you have a democratic versus an autocratic society. Before the internet and so on and so forth and all this bullshit, it was more so an autocratic society.
Yep.
I mean, things were controlled, so on and so forth. You can have the kind of model and so on and so forth that we all did agree was attractive, and that was the one that was put on the cover of a swimsuit issue. Now, when with the advent of social media, what happened is the democratization of media itself gave everyone a platform. And that kind of socialization made everyone important, everyone beautiful, everyone this, and everyone had to be included, so on and so forth. And fat women included. But here's the hypocrisy of it. You know what I mean? Fat women being included is really about fat women basically having access to the top 20 or 10% of men. You know what I mean? This shit ain't really about them. You know what I mean? It's really about dragging the dead weight up so they can basically play along as well. Because guess what? They ain't choosing fat dudes. They ain't choosing fat, slobbering, out of shape men. Look, let me tell you something. I remember my mother said one time before. She said, yeah, I'm about to go back out and date. I'm going to hit the gym because I'm not in shape and I don't want no fat dude. And I don't want to present myself to a fat dude. That's my mother keeping it 100. If women really kept it a lot more 100 with themselves and men, we wouldn't have half the problems that we have. Now, in terms of the conversation that woman was talking about, some people have, metabolic issues and so on. Yeah, that's correct. But there's thyroid medication for that. Go to the doctor. It's not normal for you to just, to have a very low, metabolic rate if that's the issue. And another problem here is too, this is one of the reasons why you have to be very clear on your health as you get older. Your tendons aren't as strong. Okay, your bones aren't as strong as you age. So all that fat and heft that you were able to kind of get around with 10 years ago, It's going to be really hard to get around with that in your 50s and 60s, and your body is just going to collapse. Now, I'm just going to say one more thing. Okay, what I do notice especially in the Black community, health and education are some very touchy topics in our community, man. There's some real touchy topics in our community. I wonder why that's the case. You know what I mean? And another thing too, another reason why someone would hate on your abs, Jen, or someone would hate on someone who's actually getting in shape and so on and so forth. The reason being is because it takes work. Okay, it takes work, it takes discipline, it takes focus to be skilled at anything, whether it's a gymnast, a boxer, a basketball player, so on and so forth. It takes a degree of focus and sacrifice. And most people, either they just don't have the genetics for it, or they just don't have the grit for it. It's either to sit on your ass, present yourself in whatever way possible, and bully people. This is bullying. Bully people into accepting you for what you are, or else.
What do you think about, just to be fair, right? Do you think our society can be fat phobic, policing bodies, and too opinionated? Do too many people have mics now?
No, here's the thing. What I think that people don't really understand that no matter how sophisticated you think our society is, or how sophisticated you want our society to be, we are still very much guided by our DNA and our biological, urges. Okay, a human being is attracted to harmony and symmetry. You are attracted to the golden ratio, because the golden ratio tells you that whatever you're looking at is healthy, and there's more of a chance and an opportunity if you mate with this person that your offspring are going to survive. Your offspring will be just as strong, and so on and so forth. If you see fat, if you see this, if you see shit that's disproportionate, if you see someone's eye hanging down a little bit lower than your other eye, your brain tells you this person might have something. There might be something genetically wrong with this person. I don't want my children having this. I don't want this in my bloodline. Okay, your body and your instincts are going to tell you certain things, because at the core of it, our species is able to thrive because nature is ruthless. It's only why we're here.
Jen, I wanted to mention something. America is in the top for 2022. America's in the top 10 of the fattest countries in the world, but it's at number 10. America is number 10, 36.2%. After America is Kuwait, then the Federated States of Micronesia, Kiribati, Samoa, Tonga, Tuvalu, Marshall Islands, Palau, and the number one spot is Kuwait at 61%. So the last one where America was actually number 2 was in 2016. So I'm looking at it right now, 2022, top 10 fattest countries in the world. Kuwait is number 1.
And that's
so there you go.
Because fitness blew up in this country. Like everybody and their mama now is a
it's exactly, Jen, is what I was telling you before. The rest of the world is catching up due to export of bad food,
Coca-Cola,
sugar, and lack of moving.
Yep. When we started exporting soda, let me tell you this: when we started exporting soda, all of a sudden Saudi Arabia started having diabetes issues.
Yes.
China started, because the thing about it is it's pure sugar in a fucking bottle. I mean, it's pure liquid sugar when you're shipping out sodas.
Let me speak on the whole fat phobic thing.
I gotta quit my Pepsi. Is that what you said?
Well, you're obviously very skinny, but the thing about it is Pepsi is still pure sugar. So yeah, you work out obviously, but it takes a lot more effort to work out when you're putting pure sugar into your bloodstream.
Let me speak on the fat phobic.
Super chat break. Thank you, Don Levon. He says, have you ever seen an obese 70, 80, or 90-year-old woman? Nope, because none of them live to see that age. Obesity is a death sentence. I agree. I spoke earlier about a trainer I interviewed, and he said even 60. He was like, do you know anybody over 60 who's obese? How many people do you know over 60 who are obese and still alive?
But Jen, the same thing could be said about the extremely tall. Look at the WNBA players or the NBA players. Most of these guys die early because they say the taller you get, the harder it is for your heart to pump. And these people are bone thin. These people are in shape. very muscular, thin, but because they're so tall, it's extra work on their heart. So one way or another, you're dead. One way or another, you're going to die. But fatness is something that you try to avoid, but for the most part, that'll kill you just as much as skinniness will. Most of the women who I know who are skinny tend to get cancer, uterine, breast cancer, and that takes them right out of here.
Yeah,
So
I don't know about that. Skinny. I don't know about if I agree with that, my man. Like skinny
Wait,
people.
what did you say, Big Chuck? Now you sound like you bugging over there.
I said tall people, the overly tall, tend to go out just as easily as the obese do.
He said something about skinny people like get cancer and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of skinny people, just because somebody's skinny doesn't necessarily mean that they have a healthy diet. A lot of skinny people are starving, and they're starving to death. So just because you're skinny doesn't mean that you're healthy.
But all right, but wait a minute. Skinny people know. Probably people that are anorexic. Let's not mix the two.
How about people who
are
poor?
There is a thing called skinny fat. Okay?
Wait a minute. I know, but he's the way he's putting it out there. Skinny people are dying because they're starving. No, anorexic and bulimic people are dying because they're starving themselves.
And poor people.
Exactly.
Yeah. But poor people usually have bad diets. They don't have access to healthy foods. They go with what's.
They don't have access to food.
But that's my point. Just because you're skinny doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy.
Well, yeah, I think we're talking about two. We're conflating two different things.
That's why I said that. Yeah, if you're overweight, right, doesn't mean that you're not healthy. But if you're not overweight, you're more healthy. That was my point. And that's
I'm not saying that healthy people, that heavy people who are obese are healthy or unhealthy. I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying that something's getting you one way or another.
If you're obese, you're not healthy.
You're probably I'll stick to that.
Not healthy.
If you're obese, you're not healthy. But the opposite end of that, just because you're skinny, doesn't mean you're healthy either.
No, you're right, because there is a thing called skinny fat. All right, there's a lot of women that are skinny, but when you do a body fat test on them, their body fat is through the roof for their weight. Yes. Means they don't have the muscle development or they don't work out enough. That's why I call these cardio queens, these girls that just do nothing but cardio or hit the treadmill and, hit the elliptical and they run forever. But when you look at them, their skin is loose. They got a little pudge still. They don't have no muscle definition. And that's because they're skinny fat. You put them on, you do a body fat test on them and not the BMI, Danny, not the BMI. Body mass index is not even accurate. Okay. It was something that was utilized to try to be accurate. But if you want a real body fat test, get a 9-site skin fold test, okay? And that is the closest test you could get to 100% accurate, all right? But you do anybody that's skinny, that doesn't work out, and you put them on a body fat test, I guarantee their body fat will be higher than a fat person or a slightly overweight person that works out.
So let me read this real quick because people are saying, she's talented. She is. I happen to like her music, not all her music, but I do like her music. It's fun. It's fun to work out to. It's fun to dance to, right?
You mean Lizzo?
Yeah, Lizzo.
I've only heard like one or a couple of her songs. I didn't really like it that much.
I think she's a pretty girl. She's for this generation. But when people say that she's talented, but all people focus on is her weight, let me be clear. Her weight was her marketing strategy. Let's be clear, okay? Marcos Orlando TV, okay, backs that up in this comment, and I agree with him. Lizzo's team made her whole brand based on her size. She is now selling underwear. That's for women for her in her size. So her brand is I am obese and I sing. I'm obese and I happen to sing. Because talent isn't good enough these days. The brand needs to shock and grab attention. And I agree. Lizzo's brand is obesity. Whether we like it or not, whether it sounds pretty or not, she's now literally selling underwear to obese women. It's very much part of her brand. So to say that, oh, she's such a talent, why is everybody focused on her weight? Because she is, the company is, the marketing team is, the label is. That's why we're all focused on it, because she's constantly posing nude. She's constantly twerking her ass. That is the brand. That is why we notice it.
Yeah,
That is the
I
brand.
remember because I remember that you're exactly right because I remember that one who's that one model Ashley Graham she wanted to lose weight to get healthy and her team and her supporters were like, how you gonna lose weight, you're betraying us. So she's trying to monetize those people who identify with her being a big girl.
Just
That
like
backlash happening to
like
Lizzo also.
Tyra did. They all, yes, it's big money. It's big money marketing to big women. It's big money.
You know
You
that
see it with
backlash happened with Lizzo, right?
wait, you see it with Rihanna and Fenty. It was Savage Fenty, the underwear line, and now Victoria's Secret. First time ever. I'm walking down the mall. There's a ginormous poster of what? A big girl in lingerie. It is money, money, money. They don't give a damn that you're obese, that have hypertension or diabetes. They're like, look, we got these lace panties in size 3X now. Come on in. So you could be sexy. Come on in here. Right? We got them in 3X finally. So it is marketing. There's a lot of BS behind it. I don't think it's a love kumbaya, like we love big women. No, it's like big women want to feel sexy too. Right? So there's some capping going on. What were you saying, Haran?
So essentially, we are all in agreement that she is a professional fat woman.
Say that. You breaking up. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So we are all in agreement that she is a professional fat woman.
You know what? That's actually an interesting technical term because I really do think some people are professionally fat. That's a great term for it because that's her brand. That is her brand. Being fat is her brand,
Yeah,
right?
Like the Fat Boys.
Right, exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
They lost weight.
Heavy D.
One of them had a career after that.
Or Heavy D.
One of them. I mean, well,
Heavy D too. Fat Joe. Fat Joe. He wasn't just Joe. He was
If
Fat
y'all
Joe.
don't leave these fat ass people alone,
He's done. How we gonna leave them alone, Tristan? And that's the topic tonight, Coño.
listen. Any fat woman can get it if she drop that cash app. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
$5,000
God, here
can
we
go a
go,
long
Tristan.
way.
she
You know what I'm
has
saying?
plenty standards.
You
Did
know
she
what
pay
I'm
like she
saying?
weigh?
Listen. She says,
Oh
"Hey, what's
man,
your
listen.
cash app?" And I got
Truth, truth and lies.
$5,000.
Truth and
Lizzo
lies.
paying into six figures.
I love that picture. Truth and lies. Truth and lies says if she lose weight, she will go broke.
For Lizzo, I don't agree.
Well,
This is the sad thing.
actually,
This
she
is the
lost
sad thing.
weight.
It's like
She tried to
we are
lose weight
being
for a minute.
conditioned because they're saying now we're fat phobic. Because if you
Mm.
don't like a fat woman or you won't sleep with a fat woman, you are now fat phobic. So
How can
because
how's it
you
a
don't find
phobia? You
something
can't catch
attractive,
me.
you are the problem instead of the weight
Tristan.
being the problem.
I'm
Yeah,
not
Okay,
man.
wrong.
let's welcome DX and see what he has to say. DX,
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing? Y'all hear me well?
yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Lizzo is very annoying about this shit. See, she puts a fat ass on Front Street all day, every day. Bare, by the way. Who the hell wants to see all that cottage cheese on the regular? But anyway, she does this every day, and then she gets mad when people have something to say about it. The way she is not healthy, and more people need to call her out for that stuff. Like she's promoting high blood pressure, heart disease, all types of bad stuff. And I just think it's terrible. That whole body positivity shit, that's not for people that's lazy and don't want to, work out and try to get in good shape. That's for people that actually have like real issues going on with them, like somebody that loses a leg in a car accident. That's for that body positivity. It should be body positivity for that, not for people like her, man. And Aries Spears, he called out. She needs to get called out, man. And she what how you guys remember how Monique used to do this back in the day? She used to always go around talking about she loved being big. Well, now look at it. She's lost weight and she's the best shape she's ever been. That same thing's gonna happen with Lizzo. About 10 years from now, it's gonna kick in. Common sense gonna kick in, and she's gonna lose that weight. And she may lose fans, but oh well, fuck them.
That's a great point, do you think that Lizzo is promoting bad health? Because she's not just, listen, let's just really quickly take a look at it again. She's not just like a little overweight. I would say this is obese.
Yeah.
I would say this is if we're gonna keep it 100.
She's
That's
5'10".
morbidly.
She's not short. She's a big chick, but she's a really big chick. She's 5'10".
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm looking at that shit on Wikipedia. I was looking for her stats because I wanted to see how much she weighed. In fact, let me see. Lizzo weight.
I'm just
She
saying,
gotta be
she gives me
300.
She weighs
$10,000.
200. It says 260 pounds, but I'm betting that's really 300.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
not
yeah.
even 60.
300 pounds, 5'10". So that's a big
Okay, that's
chick.
a big woman. That's a big woman.
That's a big
That's what
woman.
I'm talking about. Lizzo, give me 12 grand and I guarantee you I'm feeding you every turkey wing you want. Stop, y'all bugging. This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
I like the, I wish body positivity meant
I'm
good
gonna take
health.
out some life insurance on her.
You know what I'm
But see,
saying?
So can we get an answer to that? Do you think that if she's all the way around and hypocritical, do you think that she's promoting bad health?
Well, let me just say this. The problem with body positivity is I've noticed that what liberal feminists has tried to do is they try to normalize things and they try to perpetuate things that we normally would have wiped out years ago. So they instead of forcing people to, how should I say, assimilate, or instead of forcing people to step in line, what they try to do is they try to take everybody, just like you were talking about earlier, about these people who are bringing obvious deformities or stuff like that, and they're trying to normalize it. What basically, it's like the equivalent of letting the inmates run the asylum. And these people, this is, just like what you're asking, this is making unhealthy behavior normal. That's what they've been trying to do. Now, there's some, let me tell you something. There's some girls, if any of you guys have cousins, nieces, sons, daughters, and if you've been to any of their schools and you've seen some of these kids nowadays, I've seen girls who are 14, 15 years old. They look like they're 35 with post-wall bodies at 14, 13 years old. And it only got worse after the pandemic. Now, I understand, again, with the body positivity, they're trying to make sure that these girls don't do anything rash or serious to themselves. But this is absolutely promoting unhealthy behavior, and it's not good at all. It's really not good at all. Now, there's a nice way to say it. There's like, oh, you know what? You're overweight. Let's try to get together and lose some weight or something. Let's go to the gym and we'll work out together or something, so that this way the person doesn't feel like you're just targeting them. But the reality is most people are going to get it the opposite. They're going to get, yeah, you fat fuck, what are you doing here? Yeah, eat a salad, you motherfucker, you fat fuck.
Well, men will get that. Men will get that. Women traditionally,
women
historically don't get that.
If women are in an argument or a fight with another woman, yeah, they do.
Well,
Yep,
no,
I agree with them.
no, hold up. Because unfortunately, 8 out of 10 times that other woman is usually the same size as him.
I'm done.
I mean, that's just the way it is. It's just like,
But hey, you've even heard big women call big women fat. I mean, I have.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
So
when
it's
I
just
hear
like,
a woman
but
call
then
another woman,
it has no bite if it's that's the case. If two
women
big
say-
women are fighting each other,
women-
ain't nobody really tripping.
I could quote them. Women say, "Get that fat bitch away from my husband or my man or something." They say,
But they say that for any woman that's bigger than them. Women,
No, if you're skinny, they'd be like, "Yeah, get your skinny ass away from my man, bitch," or something like that.
man.
Like they say,
I've seen girls that were
it's
maybe
like watching cats fight.
10 pounds overweight, and that women have said, "Get that fat bitch away from." Women say that that's just a knock.
Yeah, that's just the way
an
that
easy
women,
thing to do.
dig at each other. Because they know,
I mean,
I will say
they know
this.
the weight is a thing. They know that their weight is a factor. Okay, like again, women. I'm sorry to say this. I can keep on saying this all the time, but women are sex objects to men. All right, that's our first innate thing. Is like, would we smash or not? Before we even get to know your personality, it's smash or not.
For the record, that's how I look at men too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think women sort of look at it different. That's just an initial thing that I think humans have is, hey man, he looks good or she looks good, you know.
No, I think
we need
it's like this
stop.
though. it's like what was I gonna say? Just to go back what you're saying, what they smash now, but dudes aren't demanding when these women lose weight because they'll still smash big women. That's why all these big women have you see all these women with kids and stuff, like 3 and 4 kids, because these dudes aren't the bar ain't that high.
Because guys don't have a floor. They don't have a floor.
I'm sorry, it just ain't. So all we can do is hope that women tell other women to lose it for health reasons and for aesthetic reasons, but they ain't doing that. They're saying, "Girl, love your curves," because
that's what Aries said.
Big is beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. Men, if men said if men set the bar, it's like you get nothing with no sex. If you are a big girl, a lot more big girls will be losing women. You get no husbands. How about that? No husbands, because you get you will not be married as a big girl.
That will never happen.
Of course, it won't.
There's always
reason that won't happen is because guys don't have a floor. Because
they don't.
Every guy knows that. We all know somebody that left the bar at 2:30 in the morning.
I ain't gonna lie, I smashed Lizzo.
Like a swamp puddle.
Like on some real shit.
Just to do that drag that said that he smashed. Hey,
listen. Everybody keeps saying all this, but she said, "Yo, here's 50 grand. Say what you want."
I do it for free, my nigga.
Taking the 50. Oh, you
dude, it wouldn't take 50. Come on.
Yes, why would you? Wait a minute. Yes, why would you smash for free? Because she's famous, or because you think she's attractive, or she's?
I mean, she attractive, man. You know what I'm saying? She needs to lose some weight, but I don't give a fuck, man. I'm hitting that.
Exactly.
I'm on it.
You are.
But she late night. She late night special. You feel me? I wasn't taking nowhere in public. I won't be seeing her out.
And that's the thing. He ain't gonna take
daylight. Hell no.
And I'd also like to point out something else. Lizzo's like 34 years old. It's like the other thing she has working against her is time. See, it's easy for her to come out and talk about how she thinks certain stars is sexy and how she wants to have sex with certain stars and this, that, and the other. These guys ain't even looking in her direction, number one. And number two, by the time she does manage to lose that weight, she's going to be old too. So what are they going to want to do with her? They can't have kids with her.
She's engaged.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, she'll find a dude. There'll be a dude who can put it all aside because she got bread.
So was that other heavy chick.
Sitterbay, Gabrielle Silverbay.
Yeah,
she just got married
to
a slim dude.
Yeah, white.
I mean, because dudes will. If you got the bag, I'm serious, but every girl don't have access to that kind of bag. You got the bag. Yeah. You can get you a person with just like a personal trainer. And he'll smash it every night. Look, you know.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. We're talking about people that have a shine on them from being famous, being well known, or being rich.
Exactly.
Sitterbad or this lady here, she's walking down the street. I mean, listen, they're a dime a dozen where I live down here in Louisiana. They're not getting those looks. They're not. You're not going to. There's other options. Now, if you like that kind of thing, well, all right. But I'm just saying, like these are exceptions when you say, look at Sitterbad. I mean, she had fame.
Right.
And so
only because of that movie, though. If it not for that movie, she'd probably be on the bad end of that body positivity shit.
Right. The reason why guys tend to get with bigger women is because that's the women that they have had success with. Yeah. They haven't had the opportunity, or they didn't have the skill set or success to get with.
Yeah, and big bitches put out easy.
Yeah, so they're like, "Oh, this is my safe zone. This is my safe zone. I know I could get girls here." And these guys that are settling down with these big girls because they have money, they're just acting like females that settle down with ugly guys with money.
Yeah, I remember one of my homeboys. This was this one cat that I used to work out with. He was a really good looking in shape dude. And he used to get with the wackest chicks, and I'd be like, "Why, dude?" He was like, "Because I don't have to do no work. They have zero expert." How did Robin Harris say?
Damn right.
I'm going to the moon. You can tell him anything. I'm gonna be gone for a week because I'm going to the moon, and he be like,
"I'm sorry."
Then he do whatever.
Anytime
I don't have to work at all.
Anytime I've ever linked up with a fat girl. Anytime I've ever linked up with them, they're always ready to go. Every time, man. Ain't no playing around and nothing with them, man. They already know what I'm there for.
Hey, you know who else is already ready to go? And you can get a really good looking one, a prostitute. And it's really cheap. And it doesn't have to be a fat girl.
What?
It ain't cheap.
I don't understand.
Hey, but you know, big girls, they always got snacks. They always got weed if they smoke. You feel me? So I mean, they always got money. They got money, man. I know plenty of dudes that are homosexuals right now that with a big bitch. You feel me? They're very loving people.
Right, because I remember growing up in the Bronx, and the big girl with the weed was always the most popular one on the block. Tanya. Okay, Tanya was very popular in the neighborhood. She was the big girl that used to disappear with the guys for about 3-4 hours.
Wait,
Come
what?
She's
This
telling
is
us
like
about
where
the
Tanya
Bronx
at?
love.
Just
Bronx love.
This is pre-internet, young man.
are you in the chat, Tanya?
This
That's what Tristan trying to say.
This is pre-internet. This is
Come
Tanya, you
up,
got
social
Tanya.
media world, young
$5,000?
man.
You got $5,000, Tanya? Let me holler at you real quick.
But
Besides
see,
that,
what's sad is
But Jen, here's the thing now. I just want to say something. We're saying all these things about Lizzo, but we need to also talk about everyone should be clear on their health. Like Aries was sitting in a chair out of breath.
yeah,
Okay, he was wheezing. He sounded like he had asthma. He got 2 black eyes. It's clear he had some things going on with himself.
yeah, like he
Now, if
could
we're
barely breathe. Watch.
Somebody that actually make good music, man. Lizzo.
Lizzo?
Yeah, bro. Have you heard her shit, yo? Like as a songwriter, yo.
I can't get past the fact that she looks like the shit emoji. She's got a very pretty face, but she keeps showing her body off, nigga. Like, come on, man.
You see how he doing that rubbing the
Come
knee
on,
thing?
yo.
Fat tail. He like rubbing the knees.
I'm sorry. Listen, I ain't the
Seriously.
most in shape nigga in the world, but I still, you know, when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome, you get pussy. But a woman that's built like a
Nigga,
plate
like
of
a
mashed
skunk,
potatoes
handsome.
is in trouble. You know what kills me about women is the hypocrisy and the contradiction. Yes, queen, slay queen. Yes, queen, slay. Yeah, girl, your confidence. Fuck diabetes. Fuck heart problems. Fuck heart disease, cholesterol. Y'all all claim womanhood and about sisterhood and support for your sister, you know, when it come to that ridiculous shit. But if you really gave a fuck, why wouldn't you go, black girl, we love you your confidence, boo-boo, but this ain't it. This ain't it. That's the real love. Y'all will jump on me for making jokes, but y'all won't fucking be real and go, sister, put the eclair down. This ain't it. It's treadmill time.
Somebody that actually make good music, man. Lizzo.
So
Lizzo?
let me ask
Lizzo?
this. Let me ask
Yep.
this. Wait. Let me ask this. A lot
His
of
fat
people.
ass got the.
Wait a minute. A lot of people were saying that you know, this is basically locker room talk, barbershop talk. It's just happening out in public now. But they said had it not been public, nothing he said was wrong. It's how men talk. It's how men talk when they're discussing women. So do you think that that's the case now, that a lot of locker room and barbershop talk is just now out in public? But
That's what the manosphere is.
No, because if he was in the barber shop, he would have got checked for him being a fat ass too. Because
No,
we
he
would have
wouldn't
got on him. Yes, we would have. We would
Yeah,
got
hell,
like
we would've.
we would have
we
said
shit?
you a fat ass too. Like shut the
Nah,
fuck
bro.
up. That's what
Yeah,
we
but
would
but
have
he
said.
still
he's
would have
just
agreed.
as
He still
delusional
would have
as the
agreed
fat
with the
women.
Lizzo comment. He still would have agreed with the Lizzo comment.
You're
He'd be like,
well,
"You're
hold on.
right,
You're
nigga, you're
telling
fat
me
also."
you're telling me that somebody in the barbershop is gonna tell him to his face, yeah, but you're fat too. You telling me that really?
Yep.
I just did it
Yep.
today. I
In
did it
hold
today.
on. You're
I
telling me
literally did
that
it today.
in
Yep.
person. No, you're telling me that in person.
To his face.
Nah, I don't think
In
so.
front of his kid
yo,
getting a
I don't
haircut.
know which
Yep.
barbershop
Yes.
you go to.
I would
Hell
do
yeah.
it straight up.
I've seen it.
All of us conceal carry. I don't know about your barbershop.
Look,
What
I'm
does
saying, like I
concealed
said.
carry got to do with the
That
Yeah.
means
So,
that
so
you
if
might
somebody
get
call you fat, you gonna
shot
shoot him?
up. That means you might get
Time out.
shot up.
Time out.
What?
Big truck. So you choose somebody for calling you fat?
No. I'm saying that if somebody does that around here, nah, that's violence.
Man,
Where?
hold
Where?
on. Hold on.
What?
Men been
You
getting
know
called
what?
fat their whole
I live in
entire
New York
life.
City, bro. Listen, bro. I live in New York City. We got shootings up the fucking block. These dudes are shooting each other just for talking shit Not even on this level. So
I'm from Oakland,
Bro,
California, man.
well,
I know
LA.
exactly what you're
California is
talking
not-
about.
I don't know what
Dude,
New
I'm in
York
Los
barbershop
Angeles.
is
Our
going through.
violence is out of fucking control lately. People pushing people in train.
No. Wait.
The barbershop has always been Switzerland. You
Wait,
can't
Damn,
do
New York
nothing
just
about
fell
it.
off, man.
Wait 1 second. Let's clarify something right here. Let's
That's
clarify
how they
something. No
getting
matter
down in New
how
York.
violent, no matter how violent you think or perceive New York to be right now, it does not hold a candle to what it used to be when I was growing up and when Jen and I were growing up. It does not hold a candle. Now, a couple of guys probably get into an argument, so on and so forth, just like what Oakland, California used to be, ain't what it is now by no shape or form. America itself is not as violent as it used to be back in the 70s, 80s, and the 60s. Are there some knuckleheads in New York barbershops or wherever doing some stupid shit? Yeah, whatever. But I've seen people, I've heard and seen people get, get torched and thrown off of roofs, okay, after being, raped, okay, things of that nature, So that's how serious it used to be. All right, now whatever, that in a New York barbershop, somebody getting shot over being called fat, that's a little far-fetched. That's not gonna happen.
Men get used to people making comments on their physical appearance their whole entire life.
They roast each other. Like men are constantly
roast each other.
We're always roasting each other.
I mean, the shit that I say to Haran in private and in public, I mean, it motivates
You don't
them.
say those shit to be in public.
No, but look,
But I want to say something to what Jen was saying earlier. Is it because the fact he's a big guy saying something about a big woman? Does he have the right? And the answer is yeah, he has a right. Yeah. You can sit there and say, well, that was a nice lightning. You might hear some thunder here. You might. There you go. You might get people at the barbershop telling you, well, you fat too, but that doesn't mean that what he's saying doesn't have some validity to it, I guess. You can be fat, you can be ugly. Like, I'm not the best looking guy in the world. I've done all right in my life with women, but
he just has to accept the consequences of what he says.
What's that?
He just has to accept the consequences of what he says. That's all.
But if you are fat and you're talking about people being fat, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Like, yes, you have an
But
opinion.
if you're a man with money, you kind of get a pass. If you got money, because you still have access.
Hold on, let me read Blood Moon's comment. Hold on, because I like this comment. Blood Moon says, it's called being honest. He mentioned being fat as well, but she is obese and always nude. He is not. That's another point. Like, she's constantly like,
cover that up.
Right?
Just like
so
that
let me put the men in the hot seat, the guys that are forever hiding behind avatars. Are any of you overweight? Any of the guys behind the avatars?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I am. I got a good, man, but I'm working on it every day. You feel me?
Now, Jen, you pointed out something.
Give me 3 months. I'm 6-pack out here. I'm be like you, Jen.
Jen, something you pointed out. Jen, something you pointed out. That woman that you showed the picture of her with the underwear on. Why is it necessary to put that shit on fucking Instagram?
Why are we diverting? Answer the question. Everybody.
Jen ain't falling for banana in the tailpipe.
Let's go.
No, I'm just not good looking. That's why I don't put my face.
Motherfucker look like Woody Allen.
Yo.
A healthier version, though. But no, what I was trying to say is that
nobody's answering if they're overweight. Y'all bunch of.
I just said I got a good.
Everybody answered.
Yeah, I just said I got a good.
Are you overweight?
No.
You said no?
Nope.
Haran?
I'm just cutting right now, so no, I'm not technically overweight. Okay. I'm not obese.
Okay, we can move on. DS said he's working on his belly. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Wait, am I muted?
Somebody's mic is really like getting on my last.
You guys got like Obama phones or something.
What I was going to say was, dude is just as delusional as the chick, because he's sitting there talking about like, oh yeah, he's not fat, he needs to lose a little bit of weight, but he's still good looking, he handsome or whatever, and he got swag, and it's just like, where do you get off from that? The only reason why you get anything is because of your status.
Yeah, but people are telling him that. People in his ear.
Because you good looking. Like,
women who want access to his money are
him.
telling him he good looking. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's paying women to say you are the best looking thing on planet.
So that's like pay for play. You're paying for them compliments. So that's
But
where
some
he's
people,
delusional.
yeah, exactly. He's delusional.
He thinks he's something that he's not.
Right,
Or-
because he's been somebody's mic is like under
That's
there.
thunder and lightning.
It's the guy who's in the thunderstorm right now.
Sorry, they put it on mute.
It's Jesus.
You gotta first of all, you gotta get up to 88 miles per hour first.
What the
So
hell?
I mean, Damien made a great point. This is Aries Spears. He was popping at one time. He was popping during those Mad TV years. He was popping. So you can imagine he had very attractive women throwing themselves at him for that bag, for that fame, to try to, have that cash register baby. Okay. So maybe mentally he thinks, well, I'm still Aries Spears no matter what. But Lizzo is still more popular. You know what I mean? She's still a pretty girl. Even though she's obese, she's still a pretty girl. I just don't think Aries Spears, even if he lost weight, is going to be, like he said, handsome and swaggy. Just my opinion. He's just not the swaggy, handsome type to me.
Yeah, it's just a matter of opinion. It's a matter of subjectiveness.
No, it's a matter of facts. Like, I mean, we could say statistically.
No, I'm talking about handsome. I'm not talking about obesity.
No,
I'm talking about being handsome.
I am talking about handsome. There's statistics that we can pull up that show that guys with a square jawline, a masculine jawline.
Yeah, but listen,
guys with broad shoulders.
If a woman says that, if whatever woman it is who gets with you, if she says that you're handsome, that's the case closed. That's it. I don't need no statistics to find out about my jaw size.
But the reason why you don't want the statistics is
I don't need them because I don't need them.
They're real.
If the woman says he's handsome, that's all that matters.
So men don't like wide hips.
But Big
So
Chuck,
men
now
don't
you
like
do the
wide
grandma
hips?
thing.
Y'all just talking to a wall right now. Y'all just talking to a wall.
If the woman
But Big
says
Chuck,
it's subjective,
that's not fair. You're doing the grandma thing now. You're doing the baby cause she beautiful.
Yeah,
Baby.
but that woman will change her mind too. that
maybe
woman
she
has the
might,
freedom
maybe
to
she
change her
won't.
mind.
A
woman
lot
has
of a lot of women said Michael Jordan wasn't handsome, and his mother specifically said you need to learn how to cook and clean for yourself. She said that to him, and that's an old story. So the thing about it is, most women nowadays say, "Yeah, he's really handsome." So no, that's subjective. No, I don't need numbers for that shit.
No,
So you don't believe in like universal general attractiveness?
No, because the people who do those tests and the people who come up with those numbers, that's biased. It's biased towards the person who's doing the test or the people who are
I'm
taking
calling
it.
cap.
No, that's
I'm
all
calling
cap.
cap.
Well, listen, you
Sorry,
can
Big
call
Chuck,
all the
cap.
caps you want.
I'm calling
All
cap.
I'm gonna ask,
because-
all I'm gonna ask is, do you have a psychology degree? That's all I'm gonna
I
ask.
will
Do you
say
have a
something
human
about you.
psychology
Wait a
degree?
minute. Wait a
Do you?
minute.
No.
I got a mirror.
Wait a minute. I've seen.
Wait a damn minute. What the fuck?
It's
You don't
subjective.
need a psychology degree. You don't need statistics. You don't need a test. If Michael B. Jordan walks in to a room with 50 women, there's
I'm
going to
not
be at
dating
least
them.
49 pussies that get wet.
Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. Some of the women don't want the guy just
I
because
said
of what
at
he is.
least 48, 49.
We don't know, but that depends on the women who are there. What happens if you have 100% of the women who don't want a man like him?
What? 100% of the women want a man like him. What are you talking about?
No. There are some women who specifically don't want him. Maybe they don't like black men, for example.
An
So if you have
anomaly,
100%, if you have 100% of them who don't want him, and he walks into a room with 100% of them, then 100% of them say, "Yeah, I'm not interested."
But the exception is not the
subjective.
rule. The
It's
exception
subjective.
is not the rule.
Nah, that's
The
subjective. I'm
exception
sorry.
is
It's
not the
subjective.
rule.
If
You
you-
can get
if
one
we're
girl.
using anomalies-
Listen, let me tell you something. Wait, let me give y'all some free game because now y'all bugging. Now y'all bugging the fuck out. Okay.
Mhm.
There could be a woman that falls for you or anybody, any man. There could be a woman that falls for any man. And once she puts those rosy colored glasses on, because you do all that nice shit for her, you're going to be the finest guy she's ever seen. When she gets with her girlfriends, we're going to tell her, what the fuck is that? Are you really dating that guy? You got to be kidding me. He's busted. That's what her girls are going to tell her. But you think because one woman falls in love with one man, it's like, oh my God, you're so fine because she put the rosy colored glasses on because you paying her bills or you pulling out her chair or you paying for dinners. That doesn't mean shit in the real world. That's just not one woman. So,
because you're not marrying the entire world. You're not getting with the entire world.
All right,
you're right. You're not getting with the entire world, but the day you come out of pocket, the day that you do something that she doesn't like, all of a sudden, guess what? You are that fat, ugly son of a bitch that she can't stand.
And
okay,
guess what? There's somebody to replace
you
it too.
You gonna know you gonna know you cockeyed then. You gonna know
how is that even going to be something you can measure by? How can you take that as like, oh well, she said it in the beginning, so I must be good looking forever? Like that is dumb as hell.
No,
I just have to make one comment. Truck, I've stopped by your page and I've seen in your comment section, your community section, you'll have certain things that say one of the reasons why men are going overseas to connect with other women, and you'll show a picture of a woman. And the women that you show are exceptionally beautiful.
Yes.
Now they're exceptionally beautiful based on a number of things. There's symmetry in their face. There's a nice, waist to hip ratio. It's all of the things that we would all classically say, like, yeah, that's attractive. Now you're trying to sit here and tell me that's subjective.
There's some people in the chat who will say she's.
Of course, there are outliers. There are outliers.
Hold on.
There'll always be outliers.
I posted that art teacher. And I had people attacking. They said she had a BBL.
Guess what? We'll always find a 7-foot Asian. Most Asians 7 feet tall.
I mean, just because there is
we're talking
about the majority here. The majority of people.
The majority of people are attracted to certain things. You're trying to sit here and tell me
there's a specific
that you see a woman with a small waist, wide hips, very voluptuous breasts, a pair of breasts. You're not going to see your eyes aren't going to be attracted to that probably before you even see her face. You're saying that wouldn't be the case.
Some men are attracted to certain things. Some men aren't.
I asked you, sir. You
about what?
You wouldn't be attracted to that immediately if you saw a woman who had a small waist, wide hips, big breasts, even before you saw her face. And let's say she had a great face. These are all the components that we throw into the bucket when
there are other considerations, like what, for instance, what's her ethnicity? What's her race? What's her ethnicity?
I think
I've seen the women you post on your page.
Everybody pause. I think now, Truck, don't time out Blood Moon. I don't think they were being disrespectful. We're going into semantics now. It's not rocket science. We don't need a stat sheet. We don't need a tester. There are some men and there's some women that are generally attractive to everybody. Even if we wouldn't fuck them, we would say, that's a good looking guy. That's a good looking woman, right? Even if it's not my cup of tea, I can't deny that person is attractive. That is in general. Now the outliers and the exception to the rule, like that one guy who wouldn't fuck Halle Berry in her prime, that one guy does not mean that she would not walk in a room and all those dudes are going to turn their heads. That's all I am saying. The outliers.
I don't think Beyonce is all that.
It doesn't matter. The guy who doesn't
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Beyonce is all that. No. Let me clarify something.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta jump off.
Yeah, we're out of here.
I'm gonna clarify something right now.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Beyonce. When I look at Beyonce, I see an attractive woman. I see an attractive woman. I'm like, oh yeah, all right. You know what I mean? But do I say like, yeah, I want that? No, I don't. Now, when I see Rihanna, I'm like, yeah. That's what I like. That's what what I mean. She has a certain sexual energy about her. Beyonce, she's a pretty nice looking woman, so on and so forth. I don't think there should be this big hoopla around it. For me personally, I see why a big crowd of men would be like trying to get on that. I see why it just wouldn't be for me. But that doesn't take away from the fact that's still a beautiful woman.
Haran, you like to be tied up.
Rowland is hotter than Beyonce.
No. We need to answer this question. Haran, you like to be tied up, don't you?
No.
What?
I tie women up.
Don't believe. You just said that about Rihanna. And you don't like to be tied up. I don't believe it.
Wait a minute. What makes you think?
I think
doing the tying
I think if Rihanna came around and stuck.
You
Listen,
want to be tied up. You're
listen,
projecting that on
listen,
me.
listen.
You want to
What?
be tied up.
First of all, yes. First of all, yes.
Okay,
That's
guys,
one.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have no shame in my game. If Rihanna said, "Let me
Okay.
step on you," I'm like this. The extra sharp stiletto as well. May you please
Oh,
step on
okay.
me, okay?
okay,
So what are we
listen.
talking about?
Okay.
Hello, hello.
Okay.
Hey, whoa, hey. On that note, I'm gonna bid everybody
Yeah.
adieu. I gotta get back to my kitchen. You know where women belong, right, Glenn?
Yeah.
Yeah, whoa. Say that again. Say that one more time.
Where women belong, you know,
Is
in the
where?
kitchen.
So wait, Jen, what
Thank
did
you.
you make? You said you made gravy ribs or something. What was it?
Brown sugar, honey, barbecue ribs, 3 cheese macaroni and cheese, and spinach.
Oh,
I've
okay. My
done.
chick made fish and mac and cheese and what is it? Yams.
Yeah,
So we're doing
sounds
some.
good.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I just want to say this real quick before we dip out.
Yeah, because we out
Yeah.
seriously. So you'll be the last one to comment. Sorry, guys. I usually go.
Oh, Game of Thrones is on. Oh shit. Okay. Have a great night, Jen.
Oh, that's right. Game of Thrones too. I'm out of here. Go ahead, Glenn.
All right. So it's reality is that fat is not attractive. Okay. Nobody wants to be with the fat person and nobody wants to be fat. The problem is that fat people just don't have the motivation enough to actually do something to change it because it's a victim mindset. Oh, I'm just born this way. Break the mindset and then you can become whatever you want to be if you put in the work. Okay. That's what it comes down to. If you don't like not getting picked up on or getting flirted with because you're fat, do something about it. It's a problem that you could solve. So that's all I gotta say. And no fat chick.
That's a very fair comment. Because people are gonna keep talking about whoever they see online. That's never gonna change. No matter what word you put before the word phobic, people are always gonna talk no matter what. So if you don't like what you look like, change it. All right, guys. Good night. Love you all. I will see you mañana. Thank you for joining me. I didn't expect as many people in the room. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for your contributing. You guys are funny and lovely as always. Good night. I'm out. I gotta go eat.
Night.
Good night. Oh yeah. Press this button.
Hit that like and subscribe on your way out the room, please. And thank you. And I will see you guys tomorrow, as always, on the block with Jen at Gmail. If you have a story or an issue or an article or a trending topic you would like us to discuss up here, or if you want to join me on a panel, on a future panel, hit that like button and that subscribe. And also, if you're catching this on the replay, throw a comment into my comment section. It helps me with the algorithm. Doesn't even have to be a word. It could be a thumbs up, it could be a happy face, it could be a peace sign. Okay, that'll help me. I got some great interviews coming for you this week coming up, especially on Wednesday. I got a doozy. So, but I'll be advertising it. So just check my community section or my On the Block with Jen at Gmail. I'll be posting it there as well. All right, guys. Good night. Good night, ladies. And I'm out.